we're going to look at our hips, specifically through the hip airplane exercise. And I just want you to imagine something here. So before we get into the exercise, you will have your femur, right, which is the bone that runs from your knee into your hip joint. The top of your femur, which is in the area where the hip is the bowling ball, is the top of that, okay? And with the bowling ball, we have to polish it, and we have to polish the whole surface area of it. And that cloth that we use to polish it is going to be the hip joint. And then through this movement, we're going to move that femur around as much as possible to get that cloth, which is the joint, to glide over and polish as much as the top of that femur as possible through this movement. Okay, so what we need with this movement is either a wall for support or use a barbell that's on a rack. And I'd have it around chest height for that one. And it's all relative to the person. Okay, so from here, you are going to go up against the wall, have your hands out in front. I'm going to take my left leg back. So we're going to look at the right hip on this one. Once I get through to this position, you can put your two hands on the wall. Now you will have to take it off at one point where we get to one hand. Take your back leg, kick it out behind. Almost like you're doing a single leg RDL. From here, you're going to have the toes pointing up in towards yourself. Then we're going to turn to the right-hand side because we're load-bearing on that right leg. Almost like you're trying to push everything through that hip joint on the outside. And now we're going to rotate, keeping that plant leg down. Rotating, don't let the knee go to the side. We're just rotating through here. And now we're trying to get this leg up. Pointing that toe straight out. And then we're back in again. Now I'm just going to move my hand around so I can look at the camera and talk to you guys at the same time. But I'm loading up this hip over here. Everything's going this way. And then I'm going to push through the right leg to open back up into external rotation. So that's the external. And now we're going to move it in to the internal. And we're going to try and get these reps really, really controlled as we go. So we're not looking to go with 100 miles an hour side to side. Take your time as you go through it. Obviously, because we hit one side, we have to hit the other side. Okay, so whether that be, you can move your hands as I said, load up the outside here, so back foot up, toes pointing in, and we're going to open up as much as possible, and then we're back in, close it off, and load up this hip here. And then we'll go to the other side. And you might find that one side is a little bit more restricted than the other. That's fine. It's quite rare that we come across someone that has the same range of motion on both sides. You can also do it unsupported without the wall, where you load it up from one side of the hip, open up, and then you're back down.